My dear child, please listen carefully. This is your last chance to prepare for a betrayal unlike anything you've ever experienced. Imagine someone you adore, someone you have complete faith in, standing right next to you. They have a nice grin that makes you feel safe, but behind that smile lurks something evil, like a sharp dagger ready to strike when you're not looking. In just 2 days, everything will change. This individual, who you thought would always have your back, would break your trust in ways you never anticipated. It will strike when you least expect it, at a time when you feel the most comfortable. The agony will not only sting your heart, but will make you feel as if your entire world has been flipped upside down. Everything you thought you understood about devotion and friendship will shatter like glass, leaving you devastated and confused. The betrayal will feel like a hurricane that you cannot escape. It will crash in, tearing down the trust barriers you've created. The sadness will be heavy, like a weight crushing against your chest. You may want to close your eyes and pretend it isn't happening, but this moment will change everything. It's acceptable to be scared and lost. You are stronger than you realize, and even when your heart suffers, you can overcome the agony. But I won't tell you who it is just yet. You'll have to figure that out for yourself. When you finally find out who it is, it will seem like a robber has entered your life and taken away the safety and trust you once had. For the time being, all I can do is assist you prepare for the impact. When that moment arrives, you'll ask yourself, how could they do this to me? That question will echo in your mind, unanswered. However, this is not the end of the narrative. Are you really ready to find out who is behind this betrayal? If you are, exhibit courage. Like this message and write 111 to demonstrate your willingness to uncover the truth. The toughest fact to confront, my darling child, is that the betrayal will come from someone you care deeply about, someone with whom you share blood. Yes, it will come from the ones you believed would always have your back. These are the people you've confided in, shared your most happy memories with, and expected to be by your side at all times. Family is supposed to be your safe haven, your sanctuary from the storm. It is where you would expect to find love, comfort, and safety. Right now, you may be wondering, how could my own family betray me? That question will weigh heavily on your heart as you begin to comprehend this sad reality. It's a wound that is deeper than any physical cut. It will rip at your emotions and make you feel lost. But you must brace yourself, for what follows will hit you even harder. This isn't just any ordinary narrative, it's a story from the past that reveals a harsh truth. Sometimes the people we care about the most can cause us the most pain. This narrative will open your eyes and demonstrate how even individuals who share your blood may cause you pain. Are you prepared to uncover this truth? Let's go into this narrative of betrayal, one that will forever impact the way you see those closest to you. Imagine a family gathered around the dinner table, laughing and telling stories. Everything appears to be wonderful, but secrets are brewing beneath the smiles, like ominous clouds on the horizon. One day, a dispute ignites a resentment. Words fly, and feelings are injured. In the midst of the commotion, someone makes a decision that breaks the trust of others they care about. It's a heartbreaking moment that could have been avoided, but the hurt is deep. This narrative serves as a reminder that trust is fragile, much like a delicate glass ornament. It can break in an instant. Our loved ones have the ability to either uplift or depress us. When betrayal occurs, it shakes the foundation of our relationships. You'll see that loyalty can wear thin, even among family. Like the video and type 333. My child, let me tell you the story of Joseph. Imagine a young boy surrounded by love, his father showering him with praise. Joseph wore a nice coat as a symbol of his father's affection. However, his brothers were seized with envy. They couldn't tolerate watching Joseph thrive. Instead of celebrating their brother's pleasure, jealousy crept into their hearts and twisted their emotions. Can you imagine the heartbreak Joseph experienced? The individuals who were supposed to love and protect him turned on him. They let their bitterness drive their actions. In a horrible choice, they grabbed him and ripped the colorful robe from his back, the very sign of their father's affection. Then they made a stunning decision. They sold Joseph into slavery. Joseph shouted out, tears running down his face. "Please don't do this," he cried, but his brothers had become cold and ignored his cries. They stood still, watching him fall into the clutches of strangers. To make things worse, they lied to their father. They told him that Joseph had died, leaving his father distraught and heartbroken, while Joseph faced an uncertain future alone. But, my child, this was not the end of Joseph's story. Even at his darkest moments, when it seemed like the entire world had turned against him, I was there for him. In the middle of betrayal, something incredible happened. What appeared to be his darkest failure became the foundation of his greatest victory. From the depths of sorrow, Joseph ascended to unthinkable heights. He did not only survive, he thrived. He rose to prominence as a formidable leader, saving numerous lives during a devastating famine. And do you know what? He was the one who rescued the brothers who had betrayed him. This betrayal revealed Joseph's true purpose. What was supposed to harm him really raised him higher. Now, my child, I tell you this story not to scare you, but to help you see the way forward. You, like Joseph, may encounter the fire of treachery, but don't let it devour you. I will be there for you every moment. Yes, the anguish will be deep. It will feel as if your heart has broken into a million pieces, leaving you gasping for air. But, just as Joseph recovered from his sadness, so will you. This betrayal does not signal the end of your adventure. It's part of a larger scheme that you may not be aware of yet. When you feel like the earth under you is crumbling, put your trust in me. I am directing your steps. You will go through this challenge, and on the other side, you will discover a strength within yourself that you never knew existed. You are stronger than you realize, and your tale is only beginning. The person who has betrayed you cannot destroy you. They may attempt, but their actions will only expose the powerful person you are destined to be. Right now, it may be difficult to see the brightness through the suffering, but believe me, you will emerge from this pain stronger than you ever thought. This betrayal hurts, certainly, but it is also shaping your destiny in ways you don't yet understand. I have been on this journey with you before, and I know what victory awaits you on the other side. You will recover in the same way as Joseph did by forgiving his brothers and finding peace. You will arise, my child. When you do, you will be a formidable opponent, stronger, wiser, and more determined. Your heart will heal, and you will realize that this is not your breaking point, it is your breakthrough. If you sense your heart healing, send a signal to the universe. Type Amen to acknowledge your strength. I wish to share many more realities with you, my loving child. So let us talk about them now. You've decided to embrace your greatness. You're connecting with a greater version of yourself. The one who refuses to play small. You've reached a stage where the opinions of others no longer influence your path. You've made the brave decision to soar above the fray. You are prioritizing your health and cultivating self-love. This is no little accomplishment. It requires guts to stand up and honor one's genuine self. This is a powerful moment. You're understanding that putting yourself first is not selfish, it's profoundly selfless. When you concentrate on your own development, others may misunderstand you. They may call it selfishness, but you are doing the most important work there is. Before pouring into others, you must first clear your own cup. Only when it is pure can you give from a position of genuine plenty. Imagine yourself as a fountain. You cannot share the murky water from the fountain with others. When you take the time to clean and replenish it, you produce a sparkling stream that benefits everyone around you. This inner work, this act of self-purification, is a sacred act of love for everyone in your life. You choose to offer love even in the face of hatred. You have dared to shed your light even in the darkest of places. Imagine a flame glowing in a dark room. This is you, blazing the path for others. While many others stood for nothing, you stood tall, steadfast in your beliefs. You chose to stand up and become the finest version of yourself. Not only for yourself, but also to inspire others to join you. The path you've taken isn't the easy one, and you knew that from the start. It is fraught with difficulties and problems, but it is also a road that illuminates the way for countless souls who will follow in your footsteps. Being a trailblazer is not for the faint-hearted. It requires courage, strength, and resilience. You are walking a path that no one else has taken. Your journey is unique, your strength is unwavering, and your personality comes through. You're like a strong tree standing tall in a storm, your roots burrowing deep into the ground and anchoring you as the winds try to knock you down. Remember that even when you feel lonely, you are laying the way for others to discover their own light. Your inner world is the foundation for your outside reality. You made a promise to gradually improve yourself every day. You are now on the verge of making a significant life change, a quantum leap. Instead of obsessing on past misdeeds, you opted to forgive. You stopped punishing yourself for what had already occurred. Imagine carrying a hefty rucksack full of stones, each representing a mistake or regret. When you choose to forgive yourself, you are removing those stones one by one until your bag is lighter. You realize that true kindness begins within. When you choose to forgive yourself, a new version of yourself begins to emerge. Each decision you made, good or poor, was merely part of the trip. Think of your options as stepping stones across a river. Some stones may feel shaky, while others are firm, yet each one has helped you cross over to the other side. Accepting forgiveness allows you to become the person you were meant to be. Now is the time to let go of what no longer serves you and fully embrace your new, powerful self. This is your time of transformation. Imagine yourself shedding your old skin, like a snake, and leaving behind all that weighs you down. You are being prepared for something remarkable. A greater power placed every storm and adversity in your path, bringing you toward your truest dreams. The difficulties you encountered were not setbacks, but rather stepping stones, each one intended to bring you closer to the life you've always desired. They were like the hard waves that created the shoreline. They were difficult to deal with at first, but they eventually carved out gorgeous beaches. Remember that the larger the dream, the more beautiful and meaningful the journey. You've chosen a route that few dare to take, and with it comes its own set of challenges. Don't be surprised if the road becomes rough. It's a sign that you're maturing, evolving, and getting closer to your goals. Difficult times are not a hint to turn back, rather, they demonstrate that you are on the path of transformation. One day, you'll look back on these times and see why everything happened exactly as it did. You'll see that every twist and turn was designed to build you into the person capable of realizing your most ambitious goals. If you love God, subscribe to our channel. Show your appreciation by giving super thanks up to $20. Type 444 to claim this message and the blessings it contains for yourself. An important message awaits you in the next video, where you will hear it.